First, I want to stand on the existing protocols that have been set down from the commencement of this program this morning. I've been asked to talk on the issue of education and bearing in mind that our targets are the youth, and people say the youth are the future leaders of tomorrow. But I would say that has been a past maxim. The youths are the leaders of today because the future is already here. So I titled my little discourse, which can be found on page 23, as Make Haste While the Sun Shines. So, and I also want to make it participatory with them. So I want our youths in the house to also turn to that page. And I started by saying, can you ask yourself, if I don't take action now, what will eventually cost me? I don't know what you have in mind to do, but this question is more of a soul searching for every one of us. It even cuts across even the adults and the aged as well. Because at every given point in time in the life of every one of us, there must be something that we want to do. But many a times people are caught in between. Should I do it now or should I leave it for later? And I said, well, if you say, well, I can leave it for later. And I said, the answer is not far-fetched. By the time you finally made up your mind, the opportunity might have passed away. So delay at times may cause the vision that we have. And that is what I want us to take note. There's another word that is used for that. That is procrastination. Procrastination. Some people left Ibadan. I don't know, maybe some people, because we have people in Agboa. Some are even come from Lagos or far away. If I sit down in my sitting room this morning and I'm not locked up with the internet to join online, and I say, I want to go to Oyo for the program, and I sit in my room, will I get there? No. So there's a need to take action. So don't delay for tomorrow what you should do today. So that is the key point that I want our youth to get to know. And I want to relate that with your educational career and plans. It's only in Nigeria that people's aspirations are distorted by national policies. It's only in Nigeria that you have that. All over the world, if you want to go for any program at higher level, you are free to go. All you need to do is to obtain the form and then go to that institution. And once you meet the criteria, you're admitted. But in Nigeria, that is not. And I want to restrict most of what I want to talk with the students that are aspiring to go to higher institutions, NCE, polytechnics, and the universities. In the last 10 years, 1.5 million and above have been the number of students that are applying to our various institutions. 1.5 million every year. And the totality of the numbers that all the universities, the polytechnics, and the colleges of education, both private, states, and federal, have been able to admit is not beyond 500,000. Many a times 400,000. You see that means every year, after an exam has been completed, you have over 1 million aspirants who are unable to gain admission into institutions. So, and in the past, the excuse used to be that we only have few federal universities. Now we have federal universities, we have state universities, we have private universities, yet we are not be able to have enough carrying capacity. And only also is Nigeria, we have taken it up with JAM authorities that why must students continue to apply to universities and take UTME exams every year? For example, WAEC, once you have it for life. Why must it that the student sits today to write JAM of 2023-2024, which was written in February, and that candidate scores 199? He may not be able to get admission in federal universities, and if he gets to state universities, if he's not from the state, he may be denied. He may not be given. And then those that can even go to private universities, their parents are unable to meet up financially. So you see such students not getting admitted into the university. Why can't that student use the same results for next exercise? Why must we go through JAM all over again? There's nothing about it but IGR. Governments, parastatals have also seen that we have large number of youths. And the best way to get continuing general revenue is to make it a once and for all lifespan of an exam. This is strange. And I hope that later on, Nigerian government will see reason why they should make UTME results to be available for students for as many years as they would like to. Because from data that we've had in the last 25, 30 years in the educational sector is that if a candidate scores 220 this year and the cutoff point of the university he wants to get to is 250, and the parents do not want to allow him to go to any other place, he will now go and retake another exam next year. He may not even get that 220. He may even get 214 or 199. So it's not as if year by year they get better. So what I'm saying is that those of you that have access to exams, once you have your results, make haste while the sun shines. If you desire to read a particular course or a particular university and you're unable to get it, exploit other institutions, because there's no knowledge that you gain that you are going to. Okay, are you coming for the 5 minutes? So that is procrastination. So another thing I want to say is that some people have it in their calendar, someday. I'm going to do it someday. But I don't see wherever, if you open our calendars, both on the online and the physical calendar, you will never see someday. Because it's either today or tomorrow. So someday is nebulous. You cannot pinpoint to anything. So don't let us be lazy. Let us live up to it. And I also want us to know that as Christians, we must be ready at all times to put God first and make sure that anything we want to do, let's pray over it and take a step of faith and leave every other thing for God to direct for us. I also want us to know that if you stay in a place, you are missing opportunities. I cited an example of if you put an old clock here now and it stops, maybe there's no battery on it, and it stops at 10 a.m. That clock for in a day will be correct for 2 times, 10 a.m. in the morning and 10 a.m. at night. So that's why it's important for us to always ensure that we do things. Finally, I said be involved in something bigger than you. As we aspire to work for God, let us also see ourselves as the wire. God is the current. Our only power is to let the current pass through it. We should be a mind. We should be a mind through which Christ thinks, a heart through which Christ loves, a voice through which Christ speaks, and a hand with which Christ helps. That is why we felicitate with our mommy in the Lord for having the vision to set up this ministry. Because many of the youths are drifted away because their minds were not fully engaged and occupied. And an idle mind and is also a tool for Satan. So every one of us as you, we must engage ourselves. We have hard skills and soft skills. If you're unable to get to a particular institution, get other soft skills that you can do so that you can blend the two together. We invite people for interview many a times. Maybe you have a first class in computer science. Fine, from a university. We also expect you to have also acquired some other skills. What kind of coding have you had? And those ones are certifications, which are not academic certificates. So if you have opportunity of sewing or fashion designing or any other entrepreneurial skill, do it in conjunction with your academic career. I want to tell you that if you go to UK today and you know how to barb, you're already almost getting to be a millionaire. Because for you to do a barbing now is about 10 pounds. If you look at 10 pounds in Nigerian currency, it's almost, I think it's around 20,000 naira. So if you are able to get 20,000 naira for 10 people in a day, you can imagine how much it will cost. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are aspiring to go through academic career, let us also involve vocational training so that when you have certification for them, wherever you do it, let them give you certificates. So that when you have the certificates, when you travel out, you can show it as evidence of your skills. And then you have higher financial and prospect of a particular place. God help us. Thank you very much.